Thank you very much, Steve. And we start here this afternoon. The automotive industry is the Eastern Cape's top economic contributor and employer. That is why government is now working with the private sector to accelerate not only transformation in the industry, but the upskilling of stakeholders as well. This is on the back of global markets moving towards zero-emission cars by the year 2035. Our business reporter, Ntokozo Khumalo, covered an industry roundtable and spoke to one of the delegates.
South Africa's automotive industry is looking to fast-track transformation while also keeping up with the changing market that's moving towards electric vehicles. And to give us a little more insight, I am now joined by Thabo Shengane, who is the CEO of the Automobile Industry Development Center out in the Eastern Cape. Thank you so much, Thabo, for your time. Now, there are various topics on priority areas to fast-track transformation in the industry, but one of the questions we have is, as the globe and the world move towards electric vehicles, how geared is South Africa to meet those demands while driving transformation?
Well, I think the first point to make is the fact that we need a favorable policy environment, which is mainly embedded in the National Green Paper on New Energy Vehicles, that is in the ambit of the DTIC. So that policy environment will set a tone for investments, future investments. It will set a tone for what support incentives will the country put in place. Currently, we are still at a production phase of that particular policy, hoping to get it done soon, because we do not want the transition to leave us behind as a country. This is an important, South Africa is an important country in terms of exports. 53% of the cars that are produced in the country are exported through the Eastern Cape. Our market is mainly Europe and some parts of the continent. So it's important for us to be part of the transition so that we are not left behind. We don't lose an opportunity to maintain and retain the jobs. We don't lose an opportunity to create new black industrialists. So yeah, that's where the starting point is.
And how is private sector as well as public sector really gearing up the work that they are doing to work together to not only drive transformation, but to fast-track that readiness for a changing market?
Well, private sector is well ahead of government, as it were, in terms of investing. You've seen a lot of charging stations already for EVs across the country, mainly in the national roads. You have seen an upsurgence of imported EVs into the country. I think in 2018 we had over 200 EVs only in the country. As it stands now, the number is about over 4,000 EVs and also hybrid cars. So there's quite a lot of cars coming in who are EVs, hybrid cars. So which means there is an appetite for private sector to bring in more investments. Again, it all relies on what type of policy environment we have in place. From the public sector point of view, I can only talk about our province, what our province is doing. So because we're an outlying province, mainly rural, our government has decided to invest in charging facilities. So we are putting up about 13 charging stations in the Eastern Cape to prepare for, rather to complement the private sector investments, but also to prepare our province and our people for an eventual consumption of EVs. That's the one. But secondly, we are working with the University of Nelson Mandela Bay at the moment to upgrade skills, EV-specific skills, where we want to pull in young people who've got mechanical engineering, mechatronics degrees, infuse elements of EV skills in them, so that they also are ready to be taken up by the industry when the actual assembly and production eventually takes place. So you're seeing pockets of excellence in the private sector in terms of their forward-looking agenda to invest in skills, but also government is coming to the side, especially for my province, where we are also beginning to invest with private sector to make sure that our province really becomes a home for EVs as well.
Thabo, thank you so much for talking to us. Of course, that was Thabo Shengane, who is the CEO of the Automotive Industry Development Center in the Eastern Cape, just talking us through how ready South Africa is to meet that changing market or navigate the changing market as global markets move towards electric vehicles, and of course those partnerships to also accelerate transformation in the industry. For Newzroom Afrika on channel 405, I'm Ntokozo Khumalo in Johannesburg.